Most people think financial stress is just a phase. They tell themselves once they make more money, once the debt is gone, once life settles down, the stress will disappear. But for most people, it doesn't. It follows them through every stage of life, and it quietly impacts more than just their bank account. Let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever felt money tension affect your mood, your sleep, or your relationships? Comment yes or no. Financial stress is one of the biggest silent pressures people live with, and it doesn't just stay financial. It spills into marriage, mental health, and daily decision-making. In relationships, money stress often turns into arguments that aren't really about money. It's not about the purchase, it's about fear. Fear of not having enough. Fear of one person spending while the other worries. Fear of the future. Couples argue about groceries, rent, or vacations, but underneath it's stress about security and control. When money feels uncertain, trust and communication suffer. That's why finances are one of the top reasons marriages feel strained or fall apart. Mentally, financial stress keeps your nervous system on high alert. When bills are unpredictable, debt is looming, or savings are thin, your brain never fully rests. That's why money stress is linked to anxiety, depression, irritability, and burnout. You're constantly thinking about what could go wrong next. And because money touches everything, housing, food, healthcare, kids, it feels impossible to escape. Some of the most common financial stressors aren't dramatic, they're everyday things. Living paycheck to paycheck, credit card balances that never seem to go down, student loans, medical bills, car repairs, rent increases, childcare costs, not knowing how much is actually in your account. Avoiding checking balances because it raises your heart rate. These stressors stack over time, and even people with decent incomes feel trapped by them. Here's the part most people miss. Financial stress doesn't come from lack of money alone. It comes from lack of structure. When money is disorganized, unclear, and reactive, stress fills the gaps. So how do you limit financial stress? First, create clarity. Know exactly what comes in, what goes out, and where it goes. Uncertainty creates anxiety. Clarity reduces it. Second, automate what you can. Automate bills, savings, and debt payments so money decisions aren't emotional every month. Third, separate your money by purpose. Spending money, bill money, savings, and emergency funds should not live in one place. Fourth, build buffers. Even a small emergency fund changes how your brain responds to stress. Fifth, talk about money openly with your partner. Avoiding the conversation doesn't protect the relationship, it pressures it. Financial stress doesn't disappear overnight, but it does shrink when you move from chaos to control. Peace with money isn't about being rich. It's about knowing you're prepared, aligned, and not constantly bracing for impact. When money becomes predictable, your relationships get calmer, your mind gets quieter, and life feels lighter. Follow for more real conversations about money, mental health, and building stability that lasts.